BBC DTV, bringing you the best interactive news from Africa and the world. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you're watching us. My name is Niels Tolbert Achayo, and I'll be engaging you today with some juicy news from BBC TV. The world is caught up with a new phenomenon. The wind is blowing and it's carrying the name Gen Z. Yes, there is Gen Z, there is the millennial, and we have the Gen X, the bloomings or the bloomers. I'm told my parent could be a bloomer, but our key concern today is the Gen Z. Why the Gen Z? This is the most energetic, the most active, the most vibrant generation at this moment in time. The Gen Z have come out loud in Kenya, calling for better governance, good governance, and to crown it all, calling for their president, William Ruto, to move from State House, vacate office, and this is now spreading in the whole of Africa. We've seen it in Nigeria, Uganda. Even though Uganda, we all know, they have something they call ready top that has been used for many years to make sure that demonstrations in Uganda don't go past the stages where they start. But to get you back to the topic, I wish to discuss with you and share with you on what's going on in Kenya. The Gen Z are planning for a demonstration on the 8th of August 2024, dubbed in Swahili NANE. Maybe out of the popular Sabasaba liberation struggles that were held back in 1997. As a Kenyan, I'm obliged to be part of the conversation. With my opinion, from where I sit, I will have told the Gen Z to give room for dialogue. But as you can see from X, from many social media handles, the Gen Z want to have a NANE to continue with the demonstrations against President Ruto. NANE is 2 days to come. And within 2 days, we shall be experiencing what the Gen Z have called the mother of all demonstrations. But I look at it from a different lens. A nation needs each other. A country is bigger than anybody else. From where I'll sit, I'll tell the Gen Z, NANE is not very necessary. As much as I'll be keen not to allow myself to deny or to look like I support anybody who will go against the people's constitutional right to demonstrate or to picket. So I will not say or stop Gen Z from going to the streets. But I've heard some Gen Zs going overboard. Some even wanting to go and storm JARAMOGI ODINGA Foundation because of the current association of President William Ruto with members of the ODM party who have been nominated for CS positions. First and foremost, I'd wish to inform all Kenyans that the ODM party did not join government. And anybody who believes that the ODM party joint government should put on table any coalition government document to suggest that there is an agreement between uh, the Kenya Kwanza regime and ODM party, or even Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance. So the ODM members who have been nominated to join government went there as individuals, but they have blessings of the party. As you all know or heard yesterday when the party leader was in Toy Market to support the traders who lost their belongings and items out of the fire. He said that President Ruto begged and went on his knees for Azimio to help him govern this country. We wish they opened the server. If they had opened the server, things would have been different. Because today we believe if they opened the server, the whole country will have known who won the election, and if the person who won the election, who is His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, was given this country to run, things would have been different. Nonetheless, the Gen Z are still going to the street on the 8th. We wish to bring this forth to the Gen Z and just question this. Where will the demonstration terminate at? They have said they are partyless, they are leaderless, and they're tribeless. Personally, I love the tribeless element of it because tribalism has never been a positive element in any developing country. So it's better to have a tribeless country, which guarantees us unity as a country away from the ethnic divisions that we get. But assume today the Gen Z are able to walk into State House and President Ruto flees the country the way we saw the Prime Minister of a certain country flee the other day. Who then takes leadership of this country? Assuming Gen Z are a million in this country and they're truly leaderless, of which whispers from the grapevine are suggesting otherwise. Word is already coming out that Gen Z has a hidden leader. Somebody is pushing them for his vested interest. But assuming they do not have a leader and they're tribeless and the movement is organic, what happens after President Ruto leaves office? How long will it take a million people who do not have any structures, who have not been able to associate in any other way apart from the general consensus that had brought them together to demonstrate against government? How will they be able to choose a leader? Because it's obvious in every revolution, the people who carry out the revolution end up being the leaders. But can somebody tell us how the Gen Z will be able to pick up a leader to take over after President Ruto leaves country? I think it will be more than rocket science to get a formula to choose a leader if President Ruto leaves the office on 8th, which is 2 days from today. So that is why most Kenyans are calling for President Raila Amolo Odinga, I mean the people's president, to spearhead a national conversation that can give the Gen Z an opportunity to table these facts and the grievances that they have and their way forward in an organized way, in a way that it can be implemented, because what Kenyans want is a better governance. So in the absence of better governance, whatever we choose, or whichever way we choose to get this better governance, the end justifies the means. So personally, I am with the school of thought that believes Gen Z have been heard, the country has listened to them, they've done a very good job. It's time for them now to come to the table. And there's no other table apart from the table for dialogue that was called for by His Excellency Raila Odinga. But if the Gen Z choose to go for a demonstration, it will be good for them to realize that the country is bigger than all of us. And the worst thing the Gen Z should do is to try and take their rage to His Excellency Raila Odinga. That will be unacceptable. And I believe that will be the end of Gen Z if any of them decide to take their rage to Raila Odinga. Because if the Gen Z have demonstrated for 3 or 4 weeks, or let's say 2 months, and they feel that the hugest champions of democracy in Kenya, what kind of feeling should His Excellency Raila Odinga have, having done the same thing for decades? So I believe the Gen Z should bridle themselves, accept the gains they've gotten, accept other generations who've been there before, to also come in to and be part of this conversation they're having. Because you cannot be the root and assume that there'll be a tree when you can't have a conversation with the stem and the leaves. The Gen Z have locked everybody else out. And they say they do not want to talk to anybody. They do not want to have a leader. But they're the root. The popular musician Burning Spear says, any nation without their youth is like a tree without its roots. So the Gen Z are the root of this country. They hold this country on its feet. But we also want to remind them that it's persons who are at their age. They are lucky that their age is now defined as Gen Z. But if you look at the people who struggle for Mau Mau, they're of the Gen Z age and maybe the millennials. Look at the people who demonstrated to bring the second liberation. They were the Gen Z age mates. So this liberation struggle has been carried on by that age group that in today's sense is defined as Gen Z. So it's nothing unique to them. It's their time. It's their time to run on the streets. When they were young, in the year 2017, persons of their age were out there demonstrating for them. In 2008, when there's post-election violence, persons of their age expressed themselves. Even in the sporting world, it is that age that participates because it's the active physical age. So it's nothing unique. Tomorrow, there will be still Gen Z, but they can't demonstrate after the next 10, 20 years. So it is not something that should get into their head to levels now. They think they own the whole world. The Gen Z should come and have dialogue. They're a very educated lot. They have X, they have everything, but we can't govern a country from X. You see? And if President Ruto is the worst president we've ever had, I think Gen Z are coming in late to bring it out. So, without Saying much, I'd wish to invite the Gen Z to a national conversation that can create a platform for them to express themselves better and be part of the change Kenyans have fought for many, many years. Ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, uh, I will persuade the Gen Z to rethink their decision to demonstrate against the government at a time the government is trying to prove to the whole country that it's a listening government and is ready to listen to them, is ready to work with them, and has accepted to have a dialogue with them. We shall continue to bring you more news on the Gen Z, but remember to subscribe, like, and share this video. And if you want to reach out to BBC, DTV, kindly comment down there on the comment section so that we can get your opinion on our various topics. Welcome. Catch you next time for exciting news on BBC DTV.